I'm ready. Are you ready, Jared?
I am. It's so exciting, to see the first matchup of the tournament. Of course, top left we are going to have, looks like Bleached Bones versus Bleached Bones on the stream today, but that is actually Death's Innovator. Top left, that is going to be Maldiva on the Warlock, Casca playing Shaman, and of course Dorothy playing the Hunter. 3 well-known players for their classes. I mean, you look, and I believe the only thing I've ever seen Casca play is Shaman.
Yeah, I think so. He's been playing it forever. So let's see how they're going to be doing here. I definitely would have to say the favorites, just based on ladder performance, online performance, has to be Death Innovators. So a lot of pressure on them to live up to those standards that they have set for themselves. Subati's going to be running out here right off the bat. Looks like both these teams want to get aggressive. Dorothy was looking to stop that gateway, unable to do it though. The root beam coming down immediately right there onto Casca, and Dorothy going to be taking a lot of pressure right off the bat. MCS Howl onto Maldiva. Maldiva's going to decide to unbound will that, and Dorothy down very, very low. May actually go down here. He needs a deter. Casca's going to get cloned up. Dorothy does use his deter there. There's a Spirit Link coming down. Look at this pressure from his LSD2 right off the bat. Just incredible pressure coming out. But Moisty now at the same time taking a lot of damage here.
Yeah, and it's great to see that early pressure that LSD2 can put out with all those timers from the Moonkin along with the Warlock, forcing an early Spirit Link and Trinket out of Casca. That might not be too great because this LSD2 team is just going to rot them down the entire game.
Yeah, I mean, if they can get Casca caught, in a hex or something, this could be deadly for them. But Zandorzy under a lot of pressure here himself. He is trying to pull back to the pillar. He has his Spirit Walker's Grace popped. He's going to gate out of there. Pretty defensive play there from him. Subati's going to be wyverned up on the other side of the map. That's not going to be dispelled off. And Casca now taking a little bit of pressure himself as he moves across the map. He's going to throw out that stone for him just to reduce a little bit of damage there, dispelling off those dots, keeping everyone as clean as possible. Subati's into the scatter. Moisty feared up, and the pressure is going to be coming out. There's the root beam now down onto Casca. He's going to be caught in the middle of the map, and we see Subati's trying to get as much damage out as possible here, but he's just getting constantly caught into these fears, and it doesn't seem like he's getting dispelled out as much as he needs to be. The LSD2, they kind of seem to have stagnated a little bit. It'll be interesting to see how much damage they can get out once those second round of cooldowns do come up, though, because Starfall is going to be up in about 35 seconds. Zandorzy, though, very low. The Heart of the Wild NS comes out from Subati's, and it looks like it will be enough to keep him alive for now.
Oh, that Heart of the Wild, that's a big cooldown to pull out of this team. Of course, we are playing with 5-minute dampening, too, which changes this matchup a lot. Basically, I was talking to Subati's earlier, and he was saying that, they're really confident once dampening hits in, but they have to survive until then.
Well, look at Zandorzy's mana, man. It's going to be a struggle. I'm not sure that he's going to be able to last that long. And with, all the pets on him, Murder Crows on him, how's he ever going to get a drink? He's sitting at 120k mana. Casca is up, 40,000 mana above him. Casca just constantly spamming out those dispels as much as he possibly can, and he's just kind of staying a little bit ahead of Zandorzy. Subati's is going to be scattered up once again. There's a CS down to Zandorzy, trap onto Subati's. He may want to trinket that. He's waiting for the dispel. He's going to trinket late as he's not able to get that dispel. The dots, still not over there onto Casca. There's a howl on the heel there from Zandorzy. He could be in trouble here. The Tremor is not going to come down, but the Spirit Link will get dropped. Everyone is inside that. Wyvern comes out on Subati's once again. Moisty starting to rot a little bit, but they're mostly just focusing on Zandorzy. They're trying to trade him into the ground here. Looks like that was a counter shot there on his heel. Zandorzy once again in a little bit of trouble. The Unleash does come out. This heel is going to land, though. He is going to get topped back off, and mana actually starting to even out a little bit between these two players, but Casca seeming to get some back here. I'm not sure if he just dropped the tide or what, but he just gained a lot of mana. Perhaps got to sit down for a drink there briefly, but the LSD2 is just, after that first burst of pressure, they haven't been able to get anything going. Silencing Shot comes in there onto Zandorzy. He has the Unleash up. He needs to get a heal off with this before it expires. Will he be able to do it? He is going to be able to land that one. It's a crit, and that's going to put him right back up to a high HP, but still, Dorothy just in hot pursuit, sitting onto him as much as he possibly can. The dots have been dispelled off of everyone by Casca right now, and the LSD2 just cannot seem to get the pressure going.
They really can't. I like the Wyvern on cooldown onto Supa. It's a great idea, but Supa does have some timers up. We did see Maldiva tossing out those timer dots and keeping them refreshed, but let's see if Supa can do anything with that. No, doesn't look like it as his timers fade. Didn't make a dent in them whatsoever. Zandorzy having to use Ascendance to pick his team back up, but I mean, look at that mana, 25,000. Casca having 100,000 mana lead on him.
Yeah, I mean, Battlemaster popped there by Zandorzy a little bit preemptively, I have to say. He was still high on HP. He needs to just start kiting back and forth, going through the gate. He needs to pull them into the open, allow his team to get the damage out that they need. I mean, I think he's prioritizing pillar accelerating too much when his team has had an advantage in the middle of the map, I think, and he's got to recognize that. Moisty taking a lot of damage down here, and it seems like they're going to try to swap it onto Moisty, keep the pressure rolling. Supatees is getting CC'd so much. He's in the Wyvern thing once again. There's the gateway from Zandorzy. He did recover a fair bit of mana during that. Moisty's going to have to start kiting with him as well, but you know, kiting back and forth through the middle is honestly fantastic for this LSD2, because every time Casca runs through the middle, they should be able to get full dots out on him, and that's something they really need to prioritize here if they ever want to be able to finish them off, because Casca's just not ever dotted up, and he's, as a result, able to constantly dispel the UAs off without really having to worry about himself at all. You know, it's something that they really need to prioritize a bit more, I think, to get the pressure going.
They really do. I mean, they're so much dependent on having those dots up for this comp, and like you said, Casca's being able to dispel it constantly. Casca using his second Ascendance right there. This LSD2 team really needs to put out the pressure, especially because it's ticking time bomb, basically, with Zandorzy down at 30k mana.
Yeah, he does drop the Healing Tide, and it is ticking. They're not killing it off, so that is helping him quite a lot here, honestly. That's keeping him alive, but as the Healing Tide expires, he's down at 20k mana. He has had to swap to Earth Shield because of all the pressure coming out, and he's now down to 10k mana. He has to swap back to the Water Shield because he is just completely tapped. He's going to have to kite here as best he can. We'll see if he's going to be able to get away, just dispelling himself up as much as he can, going for the healing waves now. Just has no mana, and I think this actually could be it. He decides not to take the gateway. It may have still been on cooldown for him. He's trying to kite back across the map, but his team just has no pressure, and they're just falling further and further behind. Zandorzy, you know, he's going to have his Spirit Link up here momentarily, his healing stream coming back off cooldown, but Dorothy is just sticking right to him, and the pressure is just never on Casca. He's not getting CC'd, he's not getting dotted, and as a result, just they're never going to stop chasing. You know, Dorothy just running back and forth after him. The gateway does come out, but Dorothy's just going to gate right back after him. You know, I'd love to see Moisty try to swap the gateway off of the other team's gate so they can actually get a little bit of distance with that, create a little bit of space.
And Zandorzy completely drained of mana right now. He's really hurting. His team's going to be in trouble. I mean, but what's really good is this LSD2 team is still putting out the constant pressure. We do see that Supatees does get out of that Wyvern Sting, but I mean, look at the life bars. There we go. Now we're going to have the Tranquility out from Supatees.
It is going to get CS, though. Haltear does come down on Casca. It is a half Howl, but at least he's going to have to sit through that. And it looks like the LSD finally is getting a little bit of pressure going. There's the root beam over on a Casca. They are starting to rot people pretty heavily here. The cooldowns do come back up for Supatees, and they're looking to get something done. Casca down to 250k. He's going to get Shadow Fury on his Unleash. He's in some trouble. Fully dotted up finally there. He's going to get MCS off that. Maldiva dotted up. Dorothy dotted up as well, but Zandorzy may go down. Battlemaster, Nature's Guardian going to proc there for him as well. He's in a lot of trouble. Casca very low as well. Casca dipping down to 100k. Zandorzy just needs to survive, give his team a chance to win this game. He does have a Spirit Walker's Grace and the Ascendance Pop. He's desperately trying to keep his team alive, but Moisty in trouble now as well. He's going to have to start focusing on him as Moisty is down to 150k. He's trying to get out of there. He doesn't have Hellstone. He doesn't have anything. The Link does get dropped, but they're all so low. It may not even matter. I think almost anyone can get finished off at this point, and they're going to focus on Moisty. Zandorzy does get feared up. The trinket was used there by him as well. Supatees throwing out those hots, trying to keep his team alive, but Casca has completely topped his team. There's not a dot on anyone, and I don't see this lasting much longer.
Oh, not at all. There goes the Storm Lash also. Casca trying to seal the deal for his team. Zandorzy, another Nature's Guardian proc that does fade. That's not too good for him. Full trap onto Supa, which does get trinketed, but Zandorzy solo, 100,000 health. Wow, I don't know how he lived through that.
He did get out of there, and his whole team, unfortunately, HLS didn't decide to chase. I don't know why they didn't just gate right after them, but they don't chase. It's giving them a brief respite, and Dot's back up on Casca. Maybe they can make something happen here. Dorothy gets Halteared out of that fade. Zandorzy still surviving, doing a great job of it so far. Moisty pretty low as well. The pressure's still on the side of the HLS. This LSD2 needs to get those dots rolling on everyone. They need it so badly to get this counter pressure, or they're just going to have no chance. Supatees into a full trap out of that Wyvern. It's going to get dispelled up there by Zandorzy out of the scatter shot now. We do see the Haltear coming in. He's going to be silencing shot up on that as well. He can't tremor his team out, and everyone's going to have to sit through that. Just so much CC coming up from this HLS, and they're doing a fantastic job just disrupting the damage from this team. Nature's Guardian is going to expire here pretty shortly. I think this could be it. Heart of the Wild comes back up from Supatees. Is that going to be enough to keep his team alive? Moisty going to trigger out of that fear. Zandorzy does get out of there. Massive heal from Supatees. The NS Heart of the Wild heal. It's going to top him right back to full, and Heart of the Wild may actually give the team the time they need, and I mean, now the Starfall is back up, Heart of the Wild is back up. They could try to turn this around. The dots finally coming out on everyone. Casca, Dorothy, Maldiva fully dotted up. Casca's going to immediately pop the Ascendance, but Moisty is in trouble.
Wow, it's so much damage. Casca, having 2 Ascendants right there too, that was pretty good, keeping his team up through this, as there's a lot of damage coming out from the LSD2. We do see trinket dots going out from Moisty. Supatees, that Heart of the Wild, still up. Gonna fade in a minute, but
Look at the mana. The mana's actually ahead now for Zandorzy somehow, some way. They have lasted. If they can keep this pressure going, they just need to keep the dots up. That's how they're going to peel for Zandorzy through damage. They need to force them back. Casca's going to pop the Spirit Walker's Grace. Clone over onto Dorothy. We can see Subati's trying to get as much damage out as possible here. Zandorzy, Nature's Guardian. Battlemaster comes up once again. He's going to have to pop that as he dispels himself. He ports across the map. We see Casca chasing him, trying to catch him with that capstun. Not going to be able to do it. The Unleashed G-Heal is going to come out there. Not going to crit, but still pretty high on HP. Is low on mana again. But look at Maldiva. Maldiva having to pop those heals. And I mean, he's going to get cloned up on his heals. Nicely done there by Subati's, denying that. And it's the HLS now starting to fall behind. If they can keep getting dots on Casca, I think they can actually take this game, but they need to prioritize that. Get the dots on Casca. It's going to make it so much harder for him to be dispelling. You know, if you have fully dots on yourself, plus are trying to spell, it's so hard. And look at all this damage now coming out. Casca's in trouble. Maldiva's in trouble. He has no heals, remember. Everyone getting very, very low. This could be it for the HLS. Can Casca keep them up through this? He's spamming the healing surges, trying desperately to keep his team alive, but he can't afford to dispel anymore. He's too far behind. Scattershot comes out on Subati's. Starfall is ticking, though, on everyone. Zandorzy low on mana. There's the Wyvern over on Subati's. Nice CC over onto him, trying to shut down this damage. Casca's dots are expiring. Maldiva's getting top back up. Dorothy's still low. Casca has to pop the Battlemaster, and Zandorzy's in trouble. He pops a Stone Form. There's the Unleash as well. He's trying desperately to stay alive. Battlemaster about to expire here from Casca as he's very low. Zandorzy's going to gate across the map. He's trying to get out of there. Subati's is feared up. He's stuck in this, and the dots are expiring. They're losing their pressure once again. They need to get those dots out.
Oh, I know. And look, it just switched right back on to the HLS is putting that pressure out now as Casca even had time to dispel that UA off of himself. So you know he has the breathing room. But look at that. Triple CC being thrown out. We saw a couple trinkets come out there too. But we have some big dots coming out from Moisty right now.
Is active there for Moisty, but he needs to keep spreading these dots around as best he possibly can. But Subati's is low. Zandorzy is low. Moisty is low. I think this maybe I don't see them recovering from this one. Nature's Guardian is going to proc there. Heals do come out there from Moisty. Oh, but Dorothy's so low. He's down to 60k. The Link comes out. Deter comes out. Maldiva's low. He could go down. Subati's dangerously low as well. He's going to pop the Ursox. He's trying to stay alive. Casca with Spirit Walker's Grace up. Zandorzy with Spirit Walker's Grace up. They're both trying to keep their teams going as long as possible. They want to get this first win, but Moisty's very low. Demon Soul pop there from Maldiva. Subati's into the trap. It's going to get instantly dispelled by Zandorzy. Nice job there by him. He does have the Nature's Guardian. It's not up just yet. The Link has to go down. Casca is keeping his team alive. Somehow, some way, both these teams are surviving for so long. Zandorzy gets silencing shot up. Spirit Walker's Grace not available just yet, but it's going to be soon. We see that Starfall is back up for Subati's. He's trying to get the counter pressure going for his team, but they're all so low. I'm not sure how much longer they're going to be able to survive.
Oh, everyone followed them on the gate too. So that gate was a good job to give him a little bit of breathing room, but he's taking so much damage that Stranger Danger, I don't know if they can recover out of this. Casca really...
Casca, though. Could they get something going here? Subati's is in the trap. They're trying to finish off Zandorzy. He's down to 80k. Battlemaster is about to expire. He hit 1 HP. He's still alive as the Nature's Guardian procs. It came off cooldown. He's howled up, though. He's in so much trouble. 40k HP, 60k HP, 50, 14k, 30k. He's still alive, but he is going to go down. And the HLS will claim first blood at the North American Regionals.
Oh, and those are the games that I love seeing first right away. That was back and forth the entire time. That LSD2 team really putting out the pressure directly from the start.
Yeah, that was a crazy start for them. And really impressive stuff from Zandorzy to survive that long. I actually thought they were so screwed, dude.
Wow.
But great stuff. And, you look at the damage across the board. Pretty even, actually. Both teams did about the same amount of damage. Subati's doing a tiny bit less than Dorothy. Maldiva doing a bit less than Moisty. So basically equal damage on both sides. But I think the thing that LSD2 really needs to prioritize.
I like the pick. I really like that this map felt like Nagrand when it came out.
Yeah.
Just because of the size of the arena, but I like how big it is. I think that it can, like we were saying with the gateway difference, like, at the beginning you can see on your map which side that you have, and knowing that you either have the close left pillar or you're going to have to reach for the far right pillar.
Yeah. It's a lot harder to turtle too, because it's so spread out, and there's not 2 pillars on each side. There's the middle one, then there's one on each side. So it's like you either have to be on their face or way back. So it's a good map. I really like it.
Going to be starting soon. That 5-minute dampening really played a huge role in the last match. Of course, it is going to be Death's Innovators. It's going to be on your left. They are up 1-0 right now over this LSD2. We saw some great plays from the start from Subati's. Let's see if he can do it again.
Yeah, there's the Demon Soul from Maldiva. Both the Warlocks are going to trade MCSs there right off the bat. Actually, Root Beam coming down on Maldiva. They want to shut down his damage. Casca, though, throwing out the Dispels immediately, already getting those rolling. And Zandorzy taking some pressure here early on. Double Howl comes out. That's going to force both Moisty and Supertease to Trinket right off the bat. Moisty's going to get hexed up off of that. Maldiva getting dotted up here. But, you know, Casca keeping his team clean immediately. He's already going to pop his Spirit Worker's Grace and that the Ascendance. He wants to keep his team clean of dots. Dorothy has to Trinket there as he did get put in the Shadow Fear. We're taking quite a bit of damage. The Haunt is up, but no other dots. And, you know, at the end of this Demon Soul for Moisty, you know, you can see they are starting to get those dots spread out way better than last game because Casca's getting put out into the middle, but Zandorzy is the one under pressure. He's going to have to pop the Battlemaster. He's down to about 200k. Supertease caught into a full trap. The Link is going to have to come down, but no one is in it. Supertease can't get in it. The Link may be killed off. He does jump into it now, but Zandorzy is already gone from it. So that Link really did nothing because Moisty and Zandorzy were both the same HP. All they really got from it was the 10% damage reduction.
So the interesting change by the LSD2 is Supertease is not playing Heart of the Wild this time. He's playing Nature's Vigil, which helped him at the start, but when Zandorzy is going to need those huge heals, they're just not going to be there.
Yeah, I mean, the Heart of the Wild did keep them up, you know, later in that game. And Zandorzy is just under so much pressure. He's not able to get away at all. He needs to start using the Gateway. But they have the gate on gate again. Moisty needs to change this because his Shaman is not going to be able to live for that long this game if this pressure does keep up. I mean, he's just been constantly on the back foot. You can see he's already 60,000, 70,000 mana behind Casca, which is not a good sign when the games really did come down to mana last time.
Yeah, and we did see the Stormlash right there out of Casca, so trying to get the pressure out early. Did do a lot of damage to Zandorzy right there. Yeah. But you can see his team kiting away. And, of course, every time we change the camera to Zandorzy, Dorothy's right on him.
Yep. There's that scatter, the trap trying to come out over onto Supertease. It does land. You know, and Supertease, I would like to see him stay, you know, maybe more with Zandorzy. Put some pressure onto Dorothy here because Dorothy's just PvEing on his Shaman behind the pillar. You know, and Supertease has to sit all the CC because he's not an LOS of Zandorzy. Moisty's taking quite a bit of damage here as well. We can see Zandorzy at half, Moisty at half. They are starting to try to get the pressure going on in Dorothy. There's the bash coming over onto Dorothy. Maldiva going to get dotted up as well. Casca catching some dots here also. And Casca, you know, we're going to see if he's going to be able to push in with his team. He is moving up there. Dorothy just trying to constantly stay aggressive though. MCS comes in. There's the Root Beam going down. Wow, Zandorzy very, very low there. Nature's Guardian is going to proc. He swaps to the Earth Shield. Double Trinket once again coming out from Moisty and Supertease there. It's going to be a Wyvern on Supertease right after that. Double Shadow Fury catches him as well. Nicely played there by Maldiva, catching both of them in all those CCs. And Zandorzy's so low. I believe that was the NS coming out there from him. It is going to crit. It's going to give him, you know,
oh no, that was a hard-casted greater healing.
Oh, okay, wow.
Yeah, so that's good. He didn't have to blow that. Actually, his NS is coming back up in like 4 seconds. So that's actually a good opportunity for them to play a little bit more offensive. You see him starting to dispel the dots as he can, but Maldiva doing a great job of identifying when those are dropping off and immediately reapplying them.
And Nature's Guardian comes off cooldown, immediately back up. He just doesn't seem to be able to get above that HP for very long, but he has cleaned himself of dots, and Maldiva hasn't gotten back to him yet. So, I mean, if he can keep out of LOS of Maldiva, he is going to be able to reduce a lot of damage from himself. But now the dots are back up, and once again, it just seems like this HLS is just never-ending aggression. They just don't seem to be able to get forced off at all. And the LSD2 just never getting this pressure rolling. There's the bash onto Dorothy. Casca, though, once again, you know, clean of dots. He has Maldiva clean of dots as well. There's no UAF on anyone right now. And Casca is just staying ahead of the curve. They're getting enough CC out on Supertease, enough CC and interrupts out on Moisty that they just can't keep these dots rolling.
Yeah, but look at the damage onto Moisty right now. He was the last person onto the team of Stranger Danger to make it behind that pillar where the Tranquility was being channeled. Wow, look at the damage switched right back onto Maldiva. Oh, of course, we have the timers from Supertease right there. We do see that Celestial Alignment and the Incarnation, so that's a bunch of damage coming out from him.
Casca just never hesitates with his Ascendance. He's just immediately popping the Ascendance as soon as he sees those cooldowns coming. He's not going to let himself fall behind. It's honestly really intelligent. You know, trade cooldowns for cooldowns. He knows he's ahead, and it's the way to stay ahead. Zandorzy is so low on mana. He's so low on HP. He's really struggling here, and I'm not sure if he's going to be able to pull a miracle like he did last game. He just stayed alive for so long. He's going to get a nice offensive hex there, though. He's down so low. Will he be able to survive? The silencing shot comes in. This could be it. He is going to go down.
Wow.
And that is another point for the HLS. Death Innovators now up 2-0 over Stranger Danger. They're back up against the wall here in this first series.
Yeah, that was a big switch. That game, again, like you were saying, the gateway on the gateway spells some trouble.
Yeah, I mean, and that was Maldiva running to the middle, getting the gate on gate. And, you know, if you're not going to stop one of this series, we'll see if Stranger Danger is going to be able to battle back here. They're going to need to win 3 straight against Death Innovators, who, honestly, in that last game, looked dominating.
They really did, and it was a gigantic difference between the game on the Grand. The LSD2's initial pressure, it was there, but I didn't see as much as I thought it was going to be based on the first map.
I did not like the change from Heart. I mean, I understand he wanted to try to do something different, mix it up, but I feel like Supatis was saving his team with those Heart heals. You know, every time Heart was up, that was when they recovered and actually started to get offensive. But, you know, he knows a lot more about Moonkin than I do. We'll see how they're going to do this game. He's going to get scattered on his cooldowns immediately. Starfall is ticking there. Dorothy immediately just charging forward. There's a trap onto Supatis, as we talked about. Silencing shot on Zandorzy. Halotera off that. We do see the Shadow Fury following that up. Nice offensive kind of CC chain there onto Zandorzy. He doesn't have any dots up on him just yet, though. He's doing a good job staying away from Maldiva here, and that is really limiting the pressure from this HLS early on.
Yeah, you can really see how comfortable Dorothy is playing. You know, it doesn't seem like playing on a new computer is affecting him that much. You know, he's landing those traps that he needs to and the scatters. Oh, there we go. Now Supa is going to be back as Heart. As we see the Heart hit, plus Zandorzy is going to have Ascendance also. That was a bunch of cooldowns used by this team already.
Yeah, definitely a lot. Stoneform going to come out there as well, trying to reduce some of that damage. Battlemaster going to be popped by Zandorzy, but he's in a lot of trouble. Supatis sitting the Sphere. Zandorzy needs to keep his team offensive, prioritize those Dispels onto Supatis. The MCS now coming in. They're trying to get some pressure rolling. Casca, though, has the Ascendance up. He's just keeping his team offensive. Once again, there's the Shadow Fury coming in. Zandorzy in some trouble already. Link may have to come out here. There's the Nature's Guardian proc. He is going to get feared up on that. We do see a Shadow Maldiva as well. Dots coming out onto Dorothy now. But Zandorzy does pop the Spirit Horse Grace. He's spamming with those heals. He will be okay for now.
Yeah, and every single Wyvern is going to be on Supa, basically on cooldown. I like the follow-up trap to try to keep him away. Zandorzy gates away. I like this gate position.
Yeah, finally they have a gate where he's actually away from the other team. He is going to be able to get in the corner here, but he kind of walked back to Maldiva, got fully dotted up, and he should have stayed up top, and now he's going to get Shadow Fury. This could be the end for him. He's down to 4K. He is going to go down.
Wow.
He's not able to get the Link off, and I'm not sure what happened there. You know, Zandorzy, he gated, he got away, he started walking up the ramp, and I'm like, oh, great, he's going to be able to top himself up top.
And then he dropped down. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not sure
he
why they would have done that.
come back down, and I mean, he walked right into Maldiva, just kind of gave him a face full of dots and was able to finish him off there. So good stuff, though, from Death Innovators. They're going to win with a clean 3-0 sweep, not the start that Stranger Danger was hoping for, but that momentum from that series is really going to help Death Innovators moving forward in this tourney.
Yeah,